but he got his thermos, his coffee, he got his little, cold sandwich or whatnot, his little potatoes or whatever he got aside. He goes his hard hat, man, and he go to work. Yeah, I can respect him, man. Yeah, I'm just really anxious to see how it's gonna come out, man. Definitely won't with the Buffalo though, because I them all, man. I definitely feel like I want them to prove to the doubters, man, because I'm supposed to hear Ray Lewis talk about if they win, it'll be an asterisk on their name as far as champions and the best in football. And even Jerry Rice had something to say. I was more shocked with it, Rice, because I'm not Ray Rice, I'm sorry. Legendary Jerry Rice. I definitely don't want to put those two in the same category. No disrespect or feel, but I mean Jerry Rice, man, he's probably one of the greatest players of all time. And I was like, that was really passion Tom Brady, man. Feeling that guy, he don't care about that. But people like really uncharacteristic of the franchise, and they really don't time, man. And I just really thought I was went to work, all that stuff happened. I'm like, damn, man, this is great. So, and that whole day, man, it was a because I looked like, man, I'm not going here anyway. So it all went the way it's supposed to. Now, I was at the fourth game, man. I got to play gate, If you want, we can definitely get to a little bit back. But this was really pissed off that I play people say, and they like just scratching on the surf, man. And we both played sports. We played football. And they're looking at it like, if you inflate the ball, then it helps them like it helps with the grip and it helps in the winter. But what about the Marshawn Lynch as far as when he runs the ball? He had a good running. Okay, let's take away from the Marshawn because I know it don't have to do to him. Oh, yeah. Let's put it on the Garrett line. You really think that they give a damn if balls over or under? You think you can be able to tackle them, or you think that the ball being underinflated that they were going to actually stop LeGarrette? I don't think so. Man, that guy had another game. He did fight. Yeah, he had. Almost mimicked his performance of last year. And that's all we've been hearing lately, man. Just people just bashing the organization. And I just got caught up in that. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I haven't even really been watching ESPN.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Hugh, I don't mean to cut you off right quick, but I wanted to give everybody a rundown right quick of what we're talking about. I wanted to introduce everybody to the show. The Bleacherz, our Super Bowl event. Hugh done already got on the ball. What we'll be talking about, we wanted to start off with the defeat gate, put that in quotation, because it's ignorant as hell. I hate that stuff. But we'll be talking about, we'll be hitting those little issues like that. Defeat gate. We're talking about Sean Lynch and his very epic conference yesterday. They had the Super Bowl media day for the Seahawks. They had their day. The Super Bowl is gearing up. We're going to talk about half Super Bowl, who are predictions to be probably the Super Bowl MVP, like our obvious choices. Most of the time, they usually end up being a line or some crap like that. But we're going to give like an obvious, like a superstar choice or whatever for who we think our Super Bowl MVP going to be. We're going to hit on pretty much break the Super Bowl down. We're going to break it down, and then we're going to pick for who's going to win the Super Bowl 49. So with that being said, I just want to let you know that we're not going to be talking about the NBA until like after the Super Bowl. So if you're thinking about NBA, I just can't do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl is like a national holiday coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and this is gonna be a doozy. This is gonna be a good one this year. Seattle and Queens, man, this is gonna be a hell of a Super Bowl for you. This ain't gonna be what we had with Denver and Seattle last year. So, on behalf of Hugh and myself, our producer, man, we want to thank y'all for listening. Hey, got a good show for y'all today, and it's Super Bowl time, baby. I'm ready to go. And let's get these little these sidetracking ass subjects out the way, man. Talk about the Deflategate, and I'm gonna let Hugh finish this point, but I know you guys been watching ESPN and that's all they've been talking about after the AFC Championship game with the New England Patriots and the English coach. When New England straight up the 45-7 at the championship game to advance the Super Bowl, and they found out that 11 out of the 12 footballs that the Patriots were using was underinflated. I meant to look up, but I lost track of time of what was the what it's supposed to be inflated to. Do you know, Hugh? Do you remember?
They say that also, yeah, it's supposed to be 12.5. That's the low. 13.5 being the highest they can be as far as level of air. PSIs, or they was
right, and they said the Patriots was under that. So my thing is, like, yeah, what are they? I think it's the league for you.
Yeah.
I really think the league. Yeah, I think he has been. See, this is the same thing that happened, and I was saying with somebody about this on Facebook the other day, and this is the same exact thing that happened with the Spygate thing.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to two things. People telling when something happens, when they don't get their way, or they lose, or something like that. And two, people hate winners. They hate constant winners. When you're constantly winning at something, people start trying to find reasons why you're winning so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell they winning something? They gotta be doing something wrong. They can't just have 10 or more win seasons. Can't be going to 12 straight goddamn years. And, you know what I'm saying, not be cheating at all, or winning these Super Bowls, and Tom Brady going down as one of the best quarterbacks ever, Bill Belichick surpassing like guys like Walsh and Vince Lombardi and guys like that as being one of the best coaches ever, and whatever. So we have to find something. If they're cheating, that they gotta be cheating. So what happens? They whoop on the Jets and that AFC game. Eric Mangini gets mad. Tells, I was on the staff for, hey, I'll tell you how they won the Super Bowl. They was spying. They spied on the offense, and you know what I'm saying, was looking at the defensive signals and all this crap, and blah, 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 blah. And then that's when Spygate was born. Somebody opened their mouth, saw where the Patriots went. So, bam. And that's the same thing that happened with this. Somebody, the coach, was sour. Hey, man, it's football. So, we don't care if we lost 45 or something. Y'all need some football. And the air pressure of them. Like, really? Really?
Well,
I'm so man. I'm tired of it. Go ahead.
It's played, and I was mad because people who I respected, like Pal San Antonio, I felt like he got a little off base with this, or he basically he threw more to it, and not only him, but people who I admire as I was coming up, as freshman. He had to say Ray always gonna have them solid with the Ravens. That's Ray being Ray. But I was just surprised to hear a lot of the people who jumped on them like that, and they were really like real hard with, like Tom Brady's he's a leader, and from what they were talking about with Don Shula when he called Belichick, all this, crazy stuff. And it's like they still didn't get to the bottom of it. At first they said, we'll close this up before the Super Bowl. Okay, now we find out, say 11 of the 12 balls under Flint, but at the same time, you guys said, found that. And when you found out, it was like a halftime. Let's go back to the halftime score. It was 18-7. I looked at it and I said, that first half, I said, Tom left some points on the board, and I was a little disappointed. Tom could have capitalized for right there on the goal line, for a field goal, where they could have got 7. With the underinflated balls, what happened that time? Can't explain. They had the regular balls, the regulation 12.5, 14.5, whatever they want to call it, and they shut them out 28 with the regular balls.
Exactly.
Where is this? You got your ass kicked the second half, and you didn't really get a chance to enjoy making first downs in the game. I barely seen them make first down that game after the second half. Okay, they did 2 with many. With this last one, the second half, oh man, they just dominated on both sides of the ball. They on offense and right down and they bullied them on defense. But yeah, it's South Breaks with the balls that were in the first half that they supposedly corrected. If it was a mistake, James, I could be wrong, but if it was a mistake that they didn't check it before the game, then they checked it and found out something was wrong. And when they looked at it and they corrected it, where is the accusations? Why are they still floating? When they supposed to corrected it, you should pack around back and say, well, okay, they seen foul play, they fixed it. Why are we still talking about this? That's ignorant. And at the same time, it's taking it from what's going to be a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And see, my whole thing is, like I said before, Hugh, is confident to the fact of you and that much. It's target on your back. It's always target on your back. Me that much. Either people try to play dirty to dethrone you or accuse you of cheating. That's almost we were playing video games back in the day. And well, my favorite game back in the day, when I first learned how to play it and I was whooping everybody's butt, was the Street Fighter game. When the Street Fighter came out, when the Street Fighter came, and Hugh, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When the Street Fighter game first came, I mean, it was big. It was big. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And, somebody come and, the arcade used to be flooded, to get on. I was one of the ones that I would stay on it. You know what I'm saying? And you cheating. You do something. And I done won about 15, 20 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? 1 quarter. So it's like, almost like that. You know what I'm saying? When the Bleacherz just have a franchise the way they have, and they build their franchise a certain way, and just, just the win tradition, they got a target on their back. To tell you that right now. So this is more about the Deflategate, because when you look at it, they interview players and coaches from teams and assistant coaches and all that. And one of the assistant coaches was like, I don't know what the other word is about, because unplayed football is a commonplace in the NFL. It's a commonplace. Like, it's a commonplace. It's common. Like, they were surprised they were making fuss of under football. And then Aaron Rodgers came out I said, I like mine with a whole bunch of areas. I like mine overinflated. You gonna do anything about that? Isn't that cheating too?
Because he's going to the limit. It should be, but at the same time, they looking at it like if Aaron Rodgers, he said what he said, okay, we'll move on from it. They want to continue all the time, and I think James, because of the Ray Rice, got that wrong. They got that wrong, and there's still no way to keep that. I feel like he got a lot of things wrong, man. Definitely with the Ray Rice case, with Peterson case, now I think now they want to really get into this, which is so stupid. They're really trying to get a CSI or PSI on the ball and the pressure and stuff of how it should be and how it should be, the regulation and all this ignorant stuff, and trying to figure out who did it. One guy, he took a bathroom break, one of the ball boys from Indiana, or he went in, used the bathroom, got back out, where did he go? Like, what are you talking about? Y'all really think, or y'all trying to dictate something like this? I mean, is it really that serious? You should have focused more on doing what was right with Adrian Ray Wright and Jonathan Dwyer, You should have focused on that more. Because remember, James, when it was domestic, so read about it in NFL, we used to have it back in the day when stuff like that happened. We wouldn't from it anymore.
Right.
Now you want to come out with it. And I remember saying on a show before, I might have got a little criticism from some of them, but I damn, those domestic violence commercials when they showed the commercials with the star now and they're crying or they just finish crying. I'm like, that's bullshit. You want to put more on to the fact the domestic violence now because, for instance, people put heat on you, the public relations, and you've seen this deal tape, and you want to really get that right, but you struck out on that. That boy stood for the season after they treated him. And then the Adrian Peterson, they paid him. Then to a certain point, they were like, we're about to stop paying you too. We're going to put you guys on an exempt list. It's like, it's crazy, man, the way that NFL try to dictate things. Now, we talked to our previous shows how my friends is like, he want to dictate your life. Like, say if we're off this football season and my wife slapped me and she's fighting with me, and I secretly grab her and like push her, she falls down and fall into something, and of course she might be bruised. Or if they see me kind of push her or like get a physical with her, but then they show her doing what she did to me too, am I going to be the one in trouble? They're going to look at it like both of you did something, you're in the wrong. At the same time, I rep the NFL with nothing to do with them. I wasn't playing. It's part of the season. It's an off season. He had discipline. Is coming up for a suspension. And I don't think that's fair, man. And I understand as a whole that NFL is basically like a job, and you got to be role models when you're playing, when you're not playing, because you're basically a $1 billion industry. But at the same time, it's like, man, if I'm not on the damn clock or not on the football field, you shouldn't get in my business outside of the football world unless something is dangerous. Like if you need, on cocaine or doing something out of ordinary, then you can say, okay, this all season, this the league, but you was dead wrong, you shouldn't be doing nothing like that. And I understand if they basically don't let me come back into the NFL if I'm rules in that nature. But if it's like something more like I'm with my wife, or if I'm disciplined my child, y'all want to do no way of that. Y'all want to dictate that or not? Are you really serious watching it then?
Right. And I think, and I agree with you on that. I think it's more about See, I'm almost done talking about this because it's stupid to really talk about because I think that Roger Goodell is going to be pressured mainly into doing something Patriots as far as disciplinary wise about this. And
So they won't face.
I think it's going to end up being hypocritical because I said everybody do it. You know what I'm saying? And the league is not stupid. Okay, the league knows that everybody's been doing it. But when you bring something up out in the public eye to kind of test the integrity of the league, one of the things saying, okay, we're investigating it. Oh, we have to send it. Oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. Knowing damn well that that quarterback hands aren't as big as the other. Some quarterbacks' hands are smaller than the other ones, or whatever. So a certain grip on the ball, all this crap. You know what I'm saying? Terry Bradshaw, I heard Terry Bradshaw say back in the day, he perfected the ball with 3 fingers. So he used to do something with the ball, as far as with the laces or something like that. Said he threw the ball with 3 fingers and give him a spiral on it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? I think it was Calais Campbell on First Take the other day, was saying that, okay, even if they did do it, still got to defense. You still got to catch the ball. You still got to, you know what I'm saying, throw accurate passes. You still got to do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, this is just something somebody big hell they got smacked in the AFC Championship game, and they want to whistleblow. And I just feel like a bunch of crap, and I'm ready to move on to the next subject. I'm sick of it. ESPN, know they can do it, don't they? Just know. I mean, when they get a whole negative, man, they just, oh my gosh.
I cannot stand. I can't keep those guys, and that's how they do. They do that, and they take it to a limit.
Hold on here. Q, I know you hear me, man. Hey, we're going to have to get a business meeting together, man. We're going to start our own goddamn sports network. You know what I'm saying? Start something like on YouTube, and expand, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this, anyway, yesterday was the Seattle Seahawks media day for Super Bowl. And, you know, the players of the Seahawks come out on Super Field and stuff, and they get to ask them questions and how is it here at Super Bowl? How do you feel? How do you feel going into the game? All of this stuff. And if you guys know football, been watching football this year, and know Martin Lynch is, he's a running back at Seattle Seahawks. Nickname, they call him Beast Mode because his running ability, running out. And he doesn't really look, he doesn't like talking to the media, as usual. He's been known to have his helmet on with his visor, just hide his face and one-word answers and that type of stuff. So yesterday, everybody was asking him, the reporters asking questions. So his response was, I'm only here so I won't get fined. I'm only here so I won't get fined, over and over again. So I didn't have an issue with it. First, but I did, he said something. Other than that, gave a little bit of insight, talked a little bit about the game, and then just left it alone, left everything else alone. But Hugh, I want to hear your opinion. Do you think players should be forced to say something? I think it should be the player's choice to pretend something, and I know it's in their contracts where they have to talk to media and stuff like that. But I just like, okay, you're paying us or whatever to play. If I don't want to be paraded in the media, and you know how the media can construe words and make stuff up and all types of crap, you know what I'm saying? To ask you all these personal questions, to stir something up in you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a player should either have the choice not to engage with the media at press conferences and stuff like that, or they should have a question limit that can go, you know what I'm saying? I'm only answering 3 questions today. Or I'm only answering 2 or 5 or 10 or whatever. So my thing is, what's your take on that, Hugh? Do you think, and Hugh, I know you listening or whatever, I would like your 2 cents in on, if you want to text it to me, that's fine. If you want to come talk, that's fine. But I want your opinion on that too, man. Do you think they should have the choice to either participate in these media days, especially Super Bowl media, or should they, have the right to opt out? Well, what's here?
I think it's crazy, man. I look at it like I respect Mercer Flint just because he's on the field, and it's so crazy that they talk about so much of the crazy stuff versus not really focusing on this game, because you got number 1 defense against like a number 1 offense in this field, but at the same time, the defense is just good. The New England defense can hold their ground. And when this guy, the ground, I said, these are going to be who's going to come in and they're going to make the physical. They did everything I thought they would, and then some. But as far as Marshawn Lynch saying stuff from the talk at the media, I don't think that they should really sweat him for this, man. Because he goes from there, typically just play the game the way it should be. Don't really get in trouble or really have to build you. They get him on crazy stuff, like he wore different kind of shoes. He didn't wear what was required from the NFL. He got on his own baseball hat. We're going to fight for that. He got different laces, different shoes, this color. Why is he wearing this? They always jump on that man for unnecessary stuff. So he's already feeling like he's been defeated from the NFL already, because they find anything that they could. Just no apparent. Now you're taking food out of this man's pocket. You take something out of his pocket because I feel like he's just talking to the media. It should be my right. If I want to talk to the media or if I don't want to talk to the media, they have a choice. But I actually heard people, I talked to before, and I said, this man shouldn't talk to the media. Why he has to talk about it? If he want to, he don't want to. They was like, forget him, but it's in their contracts, and if you don't do it, then why should anybody? I said, but they should have a choice if they want or not. It shouldn't just be, hey, you don't, to them, you get fined. But just to get mad, and yeah, I know he should have said something, or he should have been more, professional as far as what he said. I betrayed him in the Seahawks organization, but at the same time, though, he typically expressing himself when he said, I'm only here so I won't get fined. If it was his choice, he'd be there. And, today I heard him say something else too. The people were pissed off because I heard one guy say, you don't have to come in here and be such a jerk. You shouldn't be so disrespectful and rude when we have legitimate issues. And he looked at the guy like he wanted to say something. And he basically back to the microphone and said, y'all know what we're here. And that's all he said today, too. And then, come on, man, I understand you've been deceived and certain things that didn't go your way, and how you, like the NFL may be fixed on you. That's why they're finding you so much. I think as players, if they do perform, yeah, like you said, Dave, I agree. It should be to a minimum. But if I had choice, I'd be like, man, if they don't want to talk, why make talk? But it's like, if you know that's part of the contract too, when you sign it, then you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. You know, you do that when you sign a contract. So I understand where some of the other people were coming from, but I think you should hold themselves as a professional, man, because I'm looking on the screen right now and it's, you know, still looking towards getting fined. It's not for being at the media, but just other things that they pick with them on, man. So he don't really like to be bothered with the NFL and, you know, the people that are in there, politics, they always mess with him, man. For some reason, or one way or another, they're going to find him for some reason to find him. Even if he didn't say anything and try to say it. And that's the reason they've been getting him now. Okay, yeah, you know, he played, he performed, he did good, but he's not talking to the people in the media who to talk to him and get his insights on his team and talk to them because that is your contract. All this other stuff is Roger Goodell and the other people in the mix. No. And yeah, he should have to, at least if he do though, just to be fair, they should have at least, like you said, a 2-3 questions. I heard the longest is supposedly like 5 minutes. That's the longest you got to be in there. 5 minutes is a long time. Man, talking to somebody who you don't want to. Just be like, well, yeah, you know, hey, I'm going to let the guys 3, you know, actually on 3, and I'll respond to them and I'll call them out. I think that'll be good. They should, I love they should. And that's basically like, for instance, Mashawn, man, I think he's a good dude, man. He got in trouble earlier with his career when he was in Buffalo. But look what he's doing for the community, man. He go back to comp, you know, and man, he got all these organizations, a couple kids, and I think he's doing well, man. You know, and that's all the matters that he ain't out there doing the crazy stuff that they say was going on in the NFL. He ain't punching his, you know, he ain't whooping his kids to death or they frown upon. He did his job, and damn, it's like he said, that's just like he at work. I'm gonna put it in a work term. That's just if you at work, James, and you don't like none of your management. They're asked to do your job, but they write you, to speak to you, and you don't respond. That's kind of like how people respond, and the exactly end right.
That's exactly how it is. And I feel like that's not cool because you're making people do stuff that they're not comfortable with. You can honestly tell that he's not comfortable in front of the camera. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the camera in his face on questions over. I don't know. Marshawn sounds like he can articulate himself very well. How do you answer some questions though? Like some of the questions that reporters ask, the reporters can get belligerent sometimes, and they can really push buttons. So maybe Sean knows himself how much of a temp he probably has, and he's, I don't want to say too much, you know what I'm saying? They ask me this, or if, you know, he get out of the line, I'm going to go in. And then I'm going to really get fined or get in more trouble or whatever. But, like, to fine somebody money they want to talk or speak, that's crap. That's like telling people they can't have their own personality. Like, I don't think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that they should change that, man, and have them, you know, how many questions you gonna do today, so we can let the media know, or whatever. You know, have PR people, stuff like that, who talk to media before the game, before, you know, a media day or whatever. Hey, Marshawn only taking 3 questions today. You know what I'm saying? Or he's taking 5 questions. He only come up with 5 questions. Or You know what I'm saying? But to have all them microphones in your damn face and all this crap, you know what I'm saying?
You ever know who? Yeah. People
like,
just don't
like
one another.
Yeah, everybody don't like that type of attention like that. Like everybody's not comfortable like that. How Tom Brady is comfortable in front of the camera, Russell Wilson, guys, Richard Sherman, those guys are comfortable with articulating themselves, expressing their feelings, and asking tough questions, or you know what I'm saying, really letting their personality show with their words or whatever, interviews or media sessions or whatever it may be. Oh, you know, I remember a couple years ago when Richard Sherman started to feel popular. He got into it with Skip Bayless on first take. You know, they were going at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't seen Marshawn doing something like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably just be quiet and, you know, really say anything, or probably can't take it because he doesn't really comfortable in that. But you know, yeah, to really, you know, just I just want to hit on that quick, you know, because that's been like a little story that's been going on or whatever. I don't think it's too big of a deal that he didn't have much to say. I would like to hear him speak more, you know what I'm saying, and express himself more. So I really think he'd be a cool dude to listen to. You know what I'm saying? He's from Compton. You know, he got a little streetwise thing to him. So, like, it's cool to hear the brother, you know, kick it with us and talk about, you know, how he really go into beast mode and, you know, that type of stuff. I would love to hear that type of stuff. Maybe they may need to narrow it down, you know what I'm saying, with reporters or have him see who he's comfortable with talking to. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, everybody's not for that. You know, everybody, he might hammer shot. I'm, you know, people tell I'm funny as hell all the time. Man, you hilarious, dude. Why don't you be a stand-up? Because I probably piss on myself on stage. Like, you know what I'm saying? The stage, like, dude, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I mean, I don't understand, man, because the NFL, they acting like they people daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're their employer. I understand, but you're not my big daddy. You ain't going to, why you looking people for not talking? Like, it's Super Bowl week. Yeah, leave it alone. We don't want to hear about nobody getting fans because they don't want to talk. It's Super Bowl week. Super Bowl week. You, we bought that truck. We don't want to hear about no goddamn the gate. None of that.
Yeah, you
we
know, I really
hear,
don't be caring. Mm-hmm.
Hey, we want to hear who is still going to win the Super Bowl, and then breaking it down, some good analysis, some good film breakdown. I want to see Ron Jaworski on TV, breaking down the film, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, all that stuff. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see nothing about the goddamn place. And no Marshawn Lynch might get fined because he was beast mode with that, but he don't want to talk. Yeah. The fact, and the fact that ESPN, and I've been watching ESPN for years, since I was about 12 years old, and the fact that they dominate, I mean, just one network dominates pretty much all the sports. You know what I'm saying? All sports news coverage. They ended up getting money, football, everything. And they're so influential in people's process when it comes to sports. That's what I was telling everybody when we talk about sports, you know, the scandal with the Patriots, you know, what they talking about with the Patriots. Well, I was telling everybody, like, research this stuff yourself. Stop always listening to ESPN like they're just a pretty girl of sports. It's good sports writers out here and other avenues that you can research and look at their articles pull something from there. Or how about if you're a sports fan, break the goddamn tape on itself and make a proper analysis from your knowledge of who can, won't, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's all I'm saying. That's what I just said with Hugh. Hey, to get something going. Because feeling real, you know, entrepreneurial these days. So, you know what I'm saying? What we need to do, whenever YouTube up, like, to try to change the game, because ESPN been dominating for a whole hell of a long time, and it's like, it's time for something else to change, because they have on people, man, a thought process when it comes to sports is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, they watch you off.
Yeah.
Because I was just so mad that these quarterbacks, man, and then, you know, James, man, if you're a quarterback, if you're good and I'm still in the game, man, it's a cold, man. They acting like they didn't nothing like that before. And Trent Dilfer was like, I don't know why these guys are acting like that stuff is new. In the Super Bowl, he did something like, you know, to manipulate the ball, and he could be with it for the Super Bowl. And it's like for Craig and them to say, you know, I was even hurt to hear like a Wilbon something, man. I was hurt to hear that, man. And some of those guys, the little brave. And more or less, Marvin Burnell getting on TV crying like a little like, dude, I'm not usually not swear on this show, but Burnell, you ain't shit. And I don't say you're not shit, but that's the reason you got your Super Bowl ring is because Drew eats. So you need to be kissing his ass because that's all you amount to. Is backup quarterback who just so happened to be at the right place at the right time to get you away.
Right. We gonna wrap topic up, but I think somebody else got a opinion on it. Hugh, and you might know who he is, but we got an angry man so we're about to bring angry man in and let him talk in on this. Oh, he's okay. Hugh just text me and say he dropped off. So, man, we'd love to hear what you have to say. So call back here, man. You know, and we get home so you can go talk. Cause you're always a pleasure. You give us a laugh, have some good answers, man. So call back if you can. I'll go ahead and try to move on, Hugh.
Okay.
And I want to think back quick. And I want to talk some great Super Bowls, man, from over the past years. Because it's been a minute. You know, I used to hate the fact that you have a pretty competitive season. Playoffs come, you have an exciting wild card come. Pretty good technical decision. Then you have a tough, hard-nosed conference championship round, and Super Bowl round, and one team just beat the shit out of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, it's just a straight whooping across the board, which we saw last year, was in Seattle did Denver into submission the first half. Like, first half, Denver was done. They were done in the first half. You know what I'm saying? And get to, you know, the Super Bowl the year before that. Oh, it was the Ravens and it was an ass. That was an ass whooping before them out. And, yeah, then San Francisco got a little momentum back and whatever. But I wouldn't say it was a great, like a real interesting Super Bowl, because Baltimore had that from kickoff. You know what I'm saying? that Super Bowl in the last, I want to say, I'll say the last 10 years to you. If you got a turkey chicken, I don't know.
I know which one of my favorite ones was, man, and they had me on the edge of my seat the whole Super Bowl. And what's funny is one of my squads or the New England Bleacherz Super Bowl. I mean, I know some people might like it. The helmet kick out. That was incredible. You know, that dude, he could ride in hell because he ruined my perfect season. I think the one, and I know it's probably way past more than 10 years. The one when Tennessee was in the Super Bowl and they lost it by the guy was 1 yard short. Yeah, so he was 1 yard short. That was the craziest Super Bowl because I thought that Tennessee was going to win. I said, oh man, I said they're this close. I said, man, and I didn't know what they're going to lose. So when the guy threw the ball and he caught it, I said, damn, they know about the Super Bowl. And he was a foot short. If he was like 5'6'4", he probably would have made that and he would have crossed the plane. But it was good defense, good timing, and it was just like, man, that's the way you went, man. And it was a head scratcher. You know, I kind of looked at him, damn, that's it. But the whole game was close, and it came down to him being almost a foot, maybe less than a foot short to winning the Super Bowl. Now, that goes, what the hell is? And the last minute drive, you know, to put that up, man, because Gerald, they had that one. And then when Ben came back and Antonio did the drag flag and end zone and caught that first catch, that was a pretty good one. That one went to the wire, you know. So yeah, it's a couple of ones. Even the ones where New England lost, it's the wire. It's like a play at the end. But yeah, it's been some pretty interesting ones though. But if I choose, it'll probably be the one the Rams and the Titans.
I'm gonna go that was 2000.
Oh, really?
that was in 2000, man.
That was a pretty good one through the whole game. I have to let that again. If I looked at it, I damn, this game ain't bad because they was going to those games throughout, and it was like that last drive determined it. But it could have still went either way. If brother, if it was like a little closer, he had to make. Man, you know, that probably been one of the better ones to see the win, but it was still one of the other ones because how close it was.
I have two in mind, two that stand out to me, that I really, really enjoy watching. One was the year 2004, and I would say, yeah, that's over 10 years now, because I was 15. But 2004, when New England played Carolina.
That was a hell of a one.
And, you know, before that, because I'm looking, and it's like, it was just some raggedy things. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And the year before that, you had Tampa Bay beat the brakes off Oakland that year, 2003, win the Super Bowl. Right. I think everybody did. But you have the Patriots and the Carolina Panthers in the court. Panthers were heavy underdogs. You know what I'm saying? And the Patriots was kind of showing their dominance in that first half, man. And I don't know what the hell happened. It was a different game in the second half. Like I don't know, like Superman showed up for the Panthers and just put some of what he got into the man, and that it a hell of a Super Bowl. Bleacherz end up in 32-29, but that was a very good Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was really competitive.
Yes, very competitive Super Bowl. And then another one that I really thoroughly enjoyed, wasn't too long ago, 2009, where Pittsburgh played on the Cardinals. I thought that was a very good Super Bowl. I actually thought that the Cardinals were going to win that. I was kind of losing the Cardinals to win that.
Me too. I was on the 50.
Yeah, I thought the Cardinals were going to take that one. And since then it's been some interesting ones, but I don't think it's been like some nail biters or some grind them out or damn man, this is a good ass Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? How you just people at the party after y'all done ate, got full, or everybody chilling and just sitting back and really watching the game. Then because like first half you watch the game and 1-0, everybody going up and oh man, everybody all hyped at first before we get that bread on and wings and all that. You know what I'm saying? So once the food get it, everybody chill, mellow out, really analyzing the game. Then we kind of serious into the game. And by fourth quarter start, you just look at the homeboy or whoever at the party, and you just be like, this is a good ass football game. This game is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have said about the NFC between Green Bay and Seattle a couple weeks ago. You could have said, hey man, this game is wonderful. Wonderful game. So to me, that the Pittsburgh and Arizona game, because I remember saying to a friend of mine, like, man, this game is awesome. This is one of the best Super Bowls I've seen in some years. And I just, I really feel like since then there hasn't been really any exciting games. You've had close games, but not really a game that gets going. You know what I'm saying?
It's so damn dull again. Like you can hear and drop in the room on some of the games, right? Because some of them are damn kind of boring until they get to that fourth quarter, like the determining minutes, like you said. Well, even though they're close, when they got down to the wire, then that's when you pay attention. Some of them games I've been looking like it's boring as hell, and you basically not really paying attention. You more or less focus on eating some good food and chilling with your boys and socializing rather than watching the game. Because I know, man, and that happened with a few Super Bowls with me, man, and I definitely believe this is going to be a different monster this year because I believe that the physicality of the Seahawks when it comes to the run game, when it comes to their defense, when it comes to the finesse of, Russell Wilson. But you got to look on the other side, too. You could say, yeah, they got beast mode, but, Brian is not, I'm going to push over him, And then you got Blunt and Grunt, you got the Blunt and Grunt action over there. It's a totally different monster as far as when it comes to tight ends, man. He more of a receiver with a big physical body who can just, wear you out, man. He's too fast for linebackers. He's too big for the defensive backs, man. I'm seeing and I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, man, it's going to be interesting, man, because, Tom in his fourth Super Bowl, I actually hear his spring out of the 6 Super Bowls. This would could determine him being up there with the likes of just and the Bradshaws, and Stanford being the best of all time. And there's like a lot of good things that's going in there, man. That's why I'm so disappointed with this late game, because there's so many interesting stories. And then what's so funny about it all, James, I'm about to just let out this line. Out of all the teams that will put the Seattle Seahawks to the beat and their way of winning back-to-back was the last back-to-back champion. So, the back-to-back champion is, basically saying, hey, you got to get past up to be a back-to-back champion, and we ain't going to let you win. Too easy.
Right. Well, here you go. You go to Jim up there. So, we're about to take us a quick break for a minute, and when we come back, we're going to we're going to talk about and break down if this Super Bowl is going to look to the hype and be one of the Super Bowls where you look at whoever at the Super Bowl party and say, man, this is an awesome game. So we're going to talk about that after break, and then we're going to go ahead and put down the Super Bowl, give our picks, give our MVP picks, or whatever. So, like I said, man, Super Show, man, we having a little fun today. So I want to thank y'all for listening to us. Or we'll be right back after this commercial break.
It's your boy, the Hood for Stern, producer of the livest cloud radio show on the planet, from the E-Block Radio. It'll let you know that if you have a small business or a product that you want to promote, then this is the venue for you. We have over 90,000 listeners eager to hear about your small business or product today. Go to the website, www.eblockradio.com, and see what package works for you. We have packages as low as $25 a month. Where to do that at? You can advertise your small business project with us today. Hit the website, www.eblockradio.com, and advertise your business with us. Yo, it's your boy, the Hood Howard Stern, Q Lewis, producer of the livest cloud radio show on the planet, straight from the E-Block Radio. Here to let you know that you can represent the radio show and your side of town with our very own t-shirt line, Pardon My East Side. You get what's up with Pardon My West Side? Oh, slow down, Coach. Of course, we got the West Side covered too. So you can Pardon My East Side or Pardon My West Side t-shirt. Only thing you got to do is go to the website, www.eblockradio.com, and get started today. $20 for the fella, $15 for the lady. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well, Pardon My East Side.
It's the Black Tie Experience. Black Tie serves all of Metro Atlanta area. My name is Cedric Pitts, your photographer. Check out our website at www.picture.com. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Black Tie Pictures. Let me capture your professionalism in class, and you will have the ultimate black tie experience.
What's up, y'all? We back, and if you guys are just joining us, we were just this is Super Bowl show. Super Bowl is this Sunday, and if you guys are joining us, Hugh and myself will talk about the actual game, and if this game is really to be the Super Bowl that everybody thinks it's going to be. There's been a lot of hype around it. Of course, there's been a lot of controversy around the Patriots. Everybody thinks it's actually going to be a very good Super Bowl. And Hugh just dropped a little gem before the break and was saying that Seattle Seahawks are going for their second straight Super Bowl championship from back to back. And the last team back to back was the Patriots. So what we want to talk about now is, because we were saying that there hasn't really been a Super Bowl in the past few years that you looked at and like, man, this is a great game. This is go out as one of the best Super Bowls played. Does this game live up to that? What do you think? Is this game going to be that?
I'm definitely hoping so. I say yes, because what disappointed me about last year was, when we saw Denver play, we said, man, look at these Broncos, man. They're kind of like Argonauts right now. They were playing like and amongst boys, and they went to the Super Bowl, and they just basically didn't know what to do. They got physical, and I thought they were scared of the Seahawks, man. They were physical for them, man. They want to catch the ball up the middle. I've seen a few people get gator hands, like they want to catch the ball, and some of those guys got hit to the point, got hit real hard, and it rattled. I just don't see that being the same game, because you got like big boys up there in New England. You got Blunt, LaFell. You got the short guys too, but you got a tough Julian Edelman and Amendola. But there's going to be some guys over there with tough, and they get gritty too as well, man. A lot of people don't have Devlin, the fullback, is correct too. He get in the trenches, and it's going to be a good physical game, man. And two guys that they should be watching out for, that I don't think they're going to really pay as much attention to, is the breakthrough tight end, man. At first I said, man, who the hell is this guy? Why are they giving, Logan Mankins to Tampa Bay for this dude? And I ain't never heard of him. All he did was go over there and get like 6-7 touchdowns under the radar, What called on Tim Wright, man, he answered. And it's like those low-key guys, man, are going to have to on this football right now and play on the big stage. But I see him and with the other guy, the whole up guy with the real crazy name, Olana Manu. He's been balling out lately too, man. And I just put when you look at the guys that they have now, I think that they're physical team, and I don't think they're going to go down. I really don't think they're going to go out. I hope they don't go out of the Broncos did, because that would spoil or make another crappy Super Bowl for me. And then the matchups are good, because you got a pretty decent defense over there with New England, and then they're going to face Russell Wilson, who, it is on, man. He was poised, man. He played that game like he's been playing in the NFL for 10 years, that Super Bowl. He knew who to throw it to. He ran when he needed to. Then you got Blunt, Marshawn. I always do what he do, man. That's all he do. Just go in, he wear down the defense, and he hit a home run. He usually do that for him once you get tired enough. And, he beats you up and he basically breaks your spirit. But then a lot of people are slipping too on Luke Wilson, the tight end over there.
Oh, man.
He's not a bad tight end either. I'm looking at him this whole season like, man, that dude, where did they find him from? And it's just like a lot of people, I hope they're not flipping on Doug Baldwin, man, because Doug Baldwin really shined a couple of years ago when I see they played the Falcons, and the Falcons were killing them. They almost won. They been catching up, but it was a little too late. And that's when I had my eye on him and Golden Tate. Now Golden Tate is gone. The big kid, the Jermaine Kearse kid, man, he was a big physical, receiver. We see what he did last year with the Super Bowl. So people are looking at them like they're no-name receivers. But no, you got to look at Doug Baldwin do his job. I think he did a good job. He's a speedster receiver too. If you got Kearse, who's a big physical, receiver who reminds me so much of Kevin LaFell. It's really on the sides of the ball, match as far as, who their comparison is when it comes to being on-field generals. Yeah, man, I really believe now, and the game is going to live up to the hype, man. You got Tom, man, who want to leave empty-handed here, and you got Seahawks who went so far. And they went, and they went to high water. I'm about to throw some more knowledge on something you believe really good, but I'm about to refresh you on it too. What's New England's record at the beginning of the year for?
They were like 5, wasn't they? 2-2.
They were 2-2.
Or something like that. Or, yeah.
They lost that game when we got their ass kicked over there in Kansas City. I thought that concern it was all ourselves. It was show two, better yet. You would be but I questioned Bill Belichick. I questioned Josh McDaniels, just like everybody else did. You know, they questioned them on that Monday Night Football game. And I questioned the organization. I questioned, did they do enough? What I didn't think about was Gronk wasn't back 100% healthy. Revis wasn't really, you know, to the point where even though they were playing man to man, but Revis wasn't really comfortable with it and comfortable with you Conrad's up there. And then Bronner still had the 4-game suspension. You know, you had guys who were out. Blunt wasn't there, sure enough. He was in Pittsburgh at the time. So a lot of the pieces that we had really didn't click to really when Gronk started to click. They only clicked once Gronk started clicking, once that O-line, because the O-line was trouble. Then when they switched up, they were doing like switching guys up, and they'll have like a heavy O-line rotation once they got the kid Florida State in the middle to stabilize that, you know, offense, short kid, and then they put Wendell on the side of him, and then they basically molded that offensive line. That's when Tom was getting more time, and that's dangerous giving Tom Brady time hard. And then they just basically went 10-2 the rest of the year, beating down Cincinnati. And they beat down some really good playoff teams, man, because they beat up on Cincinnati, turned around, and they beat up on the next team they played. They beat up on the Broncos. Who thought that they were going to beat up on the Broncos the way that they did? They already found the Broncos, you know. Up with him, man. You got to have, you know, cornerback on him with safety help over the top. And then, you know, we'll say, too, that welfare lost that, man. You know, and then a concussion kind of hurt him. Probably, you know, probably be the end of his career. So there was just so many things that, you know, you looked at and you see the change in doors and the change of pieces on New England. I never thought that all they had to do was to get Darrell Revis on one side of Brandon Bronner on the other side and go ahead and grab Tim Wright before the beginning of the season and, you know, just succeed. I didn't think that that's all they really had to do. When I seen that Denver game, I was convinced. I said, this is what Belichick wants to do. You know, that offense, man, they're going to slide with whoever they have. That's just the way they make it work. But then now, you know, I was
going to say that, see, I think that this game is going to live up to all the hype and all that, and it's going to be one of the best Super Bowls we've seen in recent years for one reason. I think, and one reason only. Well, two reasons, I should say. Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll.
Yeah, you know,
And
yeah, that slipped under me too. I wasn't paying no attention to that.
see, people underestimate the power of coaching and how technical this shit is about to get. People don't understand that. They don't understand how technical this Super Bowl is about to get. And if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm about to break it down a little bit for you. Now, you got two different types of head coaches in this game. Belichick is more of a technician, more of a straight up X's and O's guy, strategist. He'll prey on the weakness. You know, Belichick is one of those coaches that uses a formula that Muhammad Ali used to use. Sometimes Belichick can use the rope-a-dope. And if you guys don't know what the rope-a-dope is, that's when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle back in the day, in the 70s. I'm going to say mid to late 70s, probably like 76, something like that. And George Foreman was this big old hawking dude. I mean, punching the sand out the goddamn heavy bag, all types of crap. You know what I'm saying? So Ali's trainers like, don't let him get you on the ropes. Don't let him punch you to the body because he gonna put you down. You know, so Ali saw the velocity and the power with which Foreman was throwing his punches. So, you know, throwing punches, and ended up turning the fuck out. So Foreman thinking he's winning because, you know, Ali on the ropes, he can't really take him back too much or whatever. So he just welling away. So Ali like, I hear you. Your breath just hit the ground, man. You're done. And Ali just started welling on him. Down, knocked him out. Won it. And Belichick mentally does that to people. Belichick won't say anything. He probably won't make any adjustments right then and there when you should. And just when you think you got me on a group, he come up with something. Case in point, the divisional round against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens supposed to be in the Super Bowl. Let's just be real. Let's be real.
Yeah, they went up to for a fight.
Let's be real. Because when we were on the show before that week, before that game was played, what did I say? I said this game scares me. Exactly. Mm-hmm. I said I'm a Patriots fan. This game scares me. And when I was watching the game, I'm talking to a couple of friends on the phone. Of course, Jabari. I'm talking to Jabari and Dwayne. We're on the phone talking, and we're watching the game, and I'm like, man, this pass rush is ill. Like, they can't do nothing. Brady can't even set up to throw the ball, man. The pass rush is ill. What are they going to do? Second half comes, they still bringing the pass rush. I'm like, oh my God, man, don't tell me, man. I told everybody, man, I'm scared of this game and looking past man. Boston forgot. Hey. And before you know it, bam, pass to who was that, Edelman? And he ended up passing to who's the other receiver? I forgot. Amendola. Pass to Amendola. Bam. There you go. Then next series, they come out, line up what looks like 6 receivers on the line. Baltimore looks around like, hold on, what the hell? Who's eligible? Who's not? We don't know. So by this time, when they say who's not eligible, they have an actual receiver, Stephen Ridley, who wasn't eligible. So that's pulling somebody out to check him, and he's not eligible. That is one of the smartest things I've ever seen. one of the smartest legal. Legal is legal as hell. But just real straight.
You know, he got that from his buddy. He got that from his buddy Nick Saban. I didn't know that until I read about it. They said he got that formation from Nick Saban. I don't know how long Saban was using it, but yeah, that's where he got that from. Because I know how close they are too as friends. But yeah, that tactic right there, definitely when he pulled that out of his sleeve, it took the momentum from the Ravens, man.
Exactly. Because the Ravens couldn't rush. They couldn't rush Brady like they wanted to. They couldn't rush. They slowed the pass rush down. You know what I'm saying? And then when you thinking 5 are going out, you got the other guy who's actually eligible staying in the block to pick up the pass rush whenever it would come, or take that outside linebacker, that rusher away. So that was brilliant. So Belichick, on his side, holds the intelligence. He holds the X's and O's thing. And he's ready to go. Belichick is a champion. He's a winner. He's mean. He's just, you know, he's cocky, arrogant. He wants to win the Super Bowl. He wants to go down in history. On the other side, you got Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was in the NFL before. He had a stint with the Patriots for a minute. He went to the Jets. Then he went off to USC. Had great success there. Built great championship teams. Had players like Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, guys like that on his team that he coached or whatever. And yeah, they have pure talent. But him coming back to the NFL coaching Seahawks, you really, really saw the reason why USC had all that success. And it's because of Pete Carroll's character. These guys were literally, Hugh, they were literally step in front of a bullet for this dude. They played their hearts out for him. And case in point, 2 weeks ago in the NFC Championship game, when Russell Wilson having the worst game ever of his life, pretty much, he's feeling like he done gave the whole, NFC Championship game away. We're not going to be able to defend our Super Bowl titles. I done threw 4 picks. Like, I done threw for 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wrap, man. Like, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? We can't get nothing going on offense. The Packers are kind of building up our defense. Right. Defense getting tired, everything. Second half, kind of still the same thing. Close to the fourth quarter, probably the end of the third quarter, close to the fourth, it was like I saw Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson talking. And I'm pretty sure they were like, dude, we got to win this for coach. Like, it's on, man. We winning this for coach. And just that character and the way those guys play, you can tell that it was coach influence. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those motivational type things like, coach believe in this, man. We can't let him down. You know what I'm saying? Can't let coach down. He believes in it. He know we can do this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they fight for peace.
Exactly. And the only other coach I can really think of, and I'm not comparing him to this coach, because this coach is legendary, I'm about to say. But the only coaches I can think of that held that type of influence as far as motivational wise is Vince Lombardi. That's the only one I can think of motivationally speaking that his players would freaking jump in front of a bus, bullet, spend every ounce of blood in their body to win something for their guy. And I just want to I don't know, man. What's more powerful though? You know what I'm saying? Like what's more powerful? Because like I said, it's going to come down to coaches, and he can get down with the best of them when it comes to X and O. But Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick is another animal. Like he's another enigma. Like some shit that somebody made in a computer room or something. And you know what I'm saying? Bill Belichick is something different. You know what I'm saying? His mind is ridiculous when it comes to the game of football. You know, and the stuff that he poured out on Tom Brady out of the field, man, the way Tom Brady made it reads and it's ridiculous. And that's the reason why, because you have those two elements with the coaches, the two coaching elements or whatever they bring down on their teams. You have a team that's pretty much emotionally based, you know, motivationally driven to play, grind it out. Then you have a team all about X and O's, very strategic, very technical. Who wins that battle? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have two very different teams from two different worlds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you haven't seen anything like the Seattle Seahawks since shit. The days of like when the Dallas Cowboys was dominating back then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't have those offensive elements, but the defensive elements, and then you have somebody as smart as Russell Wilson, and then you have a coach like Pete Carroll who just, you know what I'm saying, his presence was like, you know, everybody just get hyped when he walk in the room. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you know, you got somebody like the Patriots who can, you know, the Patriots, you know, dominant like how the Steelers were back in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? So who wins this battle, Hugh? Pick, man, pick. We picking. We picking up on the other spot.
I'm definitely not going to get off my boys. Now, I've been going with them for a while. I am scared with this one, man. How you said you were scared with the Ravens one? I am terrified of this game right here. And Russell Wilson, he terrifies me how he's still like an extra runner that you have to account for, man, for how smart he is, man, at such a young age, and not really even being in the league that long, for him to have that presence about him as a leader. And you got that beast mode over there, man. You know, people don't give their receivers enough credit, which there are some pretty good receivers, and they got some pretty decent tight ends as well. But when I have to go at it, man, it's like their defense against New England, and then the offense, man, and then, you know, you look at Pete Carroll and Russell, I'm going to still have to stick on my Patriots, man. I've been with them all this time this year, and I can't just jump off the bandwagon now. I just feel like right now, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, man, they lost. They 0-2 in the last two Super Bowls, man. This is coming up right here to be probably one of their last times to make it, man. You know, this year was a shocker. Nobody seen New England going this year. Everybody thought Denver from the a lot of the guys and the money they spent, man. Because when I seen that, I was pissed. I said, okay, we lost the lead. TJ Ward was given to, you know, the Broncos, and then they get to Marcus Ware. I said, oh my God, like, man, they're basically trying to build a dynasty over there. They're trying to let people know we lost the Super Bowl, but we'll be back. That's scary. But for us to just get those pieces that fit our team and do what we did with the team, and how physical and how hungry that defense is now, I just feel like, man, it's going to go down to the wire, man. And I still think, man, Kyle lost 2. I think he's going to lose 3 in a row, man. I might be wrong. I just don't see Tom lose the 3 Super Bowls back to back to back like that, man. I think definitely this time he's going to fight tooth and nail because their Super Bowl performance, the last one, more or less, their defense has been letting him down. But now, he'll got the pieces on defense now to give them a chance. And I just don't think if it was down to the wire, Tom gets the ball in the hand this time, if he's going to, you know, upset, man, or, you know, disappoint. I think he definitely will pull this Super Bowl out. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I have New England about 3.5 point favor, like 24-28, and it's going to probably be predicted on the last minute drive. So it's going to be a tooth and nail, last minute, down to the last drive game. But I'm going to pick New England.
I don't know if you went back and heard the show last week, Hugh, but me and Jabari was on, and we were talking about it, and I was telling him, I said, I don't know, man. I'm a Patriots fan, but I kind of felt about this game like I did with Baltimore. But I was feeling real strongly about this game with Seahawks because, like I said, that Pete Carroll factor, man, they just seem to go hard. Man, ridiculous. But I was looking at some tape today. I looked at the Baltimore game. What other game I looked at? I looked at the regular season game against the Broncos. That was another game I looked at too. I think it was the Buffalo game. They played Buffalo. And I was trying to look at some of the games that they had more, the Patriots had to go up against more of a pass rush. And I don't know, this year seems different from last year, what Seattle was doing. But Seattle don't seem to have vicious pass rush like they did this year. I mean,
what hurt them too was they got rid of a few people, and I forgot that Red Bryant was on that team. I forgot. I'm looking at Jacksonville like, damn, that's Red Bryant. I didn't know he left the team at first, but it was like some pieces left. Walter Thurman, the cornerback, he helped out tremendously. When Brandon Bonner got hurt, I was a little disappointed because I don't feel like they gave him as much credit as they did Byron Maxwell. But yeah, man, there was a lot of pieces that left, man, and they're still a good team. But you lost a lot of what your team was about.
Yeah, and I think with that, that's going to hurt Seattle because you look at when Tom Brady lost the last two Super Bowls, he lost. Who was they against?
The Giants.
They're against the Giants. And what did the Giants have?
They had that hybrid defense, that NASCAR defense.
An outstanding pass rush. When Brady had time to throw the ball, and the Giants didn't have a bad secondary either. When Brady had time to throw the ball, he found his receivers. He hit them. And I don't think that the Legion of Boom is going to intimidate New England like everybody thinks they are. If you don't have a pass rush and a consistent, steady, vicious pass rush, Tom Brady's going to pick you apart. I don't give a damn how good your secondary is. I don't care if you got a Richard Sherman, a Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas. I don't give a damn. When Tom Brady has time to throw the ball, he gets results. And I know that Seattle plays a different intensity than most of the other teams I just named. But Baltimore was damn good. They were damn good. Patriots didn't have no business beating. You see what I'm saying? But when you throw in the X factor of the tactician that Bill Belichick is, it's a whole new ball game. And like I said, it's going to come down to the battle of the Wizards on the sideline. And I just think the technical aspect is going to win over the more motivational, emotional aspect of it. And I'm picking the Patriots. And I'm gonna say a little bit lower. I think I'm 4-point favorite, 24-20. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a game where you don't know who's going to win at all. I think it's going to be a very good, sound football game. It's going to be one of the best Super Bowls we've seen in a while. I would be thoroughly surprised if somebody just come out and whoop ass, whether it be the Seahawks or the Patriots. But like you said, I agree with you here. I don't see Tom Brady walking out of Arizona not a Super Bowl champion. I don't think he's winning. He's losing 3 straight. And Belichick's not going to let it happen either. I just think right now they're concocting a plan. I think they're concocting a plan to make Russell Wilson beat them. And the thing that the Green Bay Packers did wrong in that game, they let Marshawn Lynch dictate that second half. But they kept running Marshawn down their throat. And Green Bay backed off a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they started to play conservative when they got comfortable with that lead.
They started to play conservative. So I think that they're going for the jugular. And I wouldn't be surprised if by the first or second play of the Patriots offensive series, they don't try to go for a long touchdown pass or whatever. They're gonna try to make a statement in this game, man. I just think it's gonna be a hell of a Super Bowl. So everybody, I just want to say get ready, get your wings going, your beer, whatever you're gonna get, your favorite drink, get posted up. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the commercials, all that stuff, because Super Bowl Sunday is approaching us. It's about 4 more days or so?
Yeah,
3 more days. Whatever, 4 days. So I just say y'all in for a hell of a Super Bowl this year. And it's gonna be a very good one. So you got anything else, Hugh? I'm about ready to wrap up. So,
oh no, man. I understand most of everything on my piece, man. Just basically feel like now, as far as this match goes, man, I believe that more or less too, like you said, how they're not going to be intimidated, man. I actually think too that my boy, man, Dustin Daniels, I hope they give him a lot of credit, man. I think he's gonna have a lot of wrinkles in this one, man. He's gonna have a few things that people never seen before. Because with the Baltimore Ravens, in order for them to get the momentum and beat those guys, man, he can win things that we've never seen ever. You know, like different plays and quick plays and stuff. And I just believe too, man, after they played that game, after being down 14 twice, for them to come back and win that game, I was saying, I don't care who they play, the Colts or the Denver Broncos, they were going to go to the Super Bowl. And if you think that now that they got here just to go back home with it, tail tucked in and they walking off without a fight, win, lose, or draw, man, I just don't think they're going out without a fight. And I just don't see them, man, with the Tom Brady on their team, man, and Bleacherz, man, to back down. And not only that, to basically lose this one, man. I think they got a lot to prove, and they want to sweep a giant with this deflate gate, man, and that's just going to only give them more motivation with the against the wall persona they put on with, man. So, yeah, definitely calling them. And like you said, it's going to be a close one, but like you said, man, I really think that the defense is going to really step up more than ever, but the offense is going to show them we don't care who you are, you can be beaten. And that's what's going to make this matchup so interesting, right? Yeah, I definitely feel like the Legion got something to prove, and I think they're going to prove it, man, this year, finally.
Yeah. So that's a wrap, everybody. It's been fun today. We got kind of deep into it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And come back next Wednesday. We'll have a Super Bowl champion, either a new one or a repeating one. So we'll see. We'll see. So guys. It's been a great show, great Super Bowl show. We covered a lot, and we swear to you guys, we want to start talking about the NBA because the NFL is out of here. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be talking about a lot of NBA, college basketball, stuff like recruiting. We're going to get into recruiting like crazy because I'm going to get Jabari ass on the show because he's very good at the recruiting move or whatever. But we're going to talk about high school recruiting, all this stuff. So we got a lot of stuff for you guys these next coming months. Just because football's over with, I mean, we ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. We talk about everything on the show. So on behalf of Hugh, myself, and producer Quincy, so thank you guys for joining us for this special Super Bowl edition of Beyond the Bleachers. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday. And you guys enjoy the Super Bowl. Peace.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.